Have you felt imprisoned in a life of constant online staking? Today, life is often measured by how much attention we can steal in the digital world. However, did you know that there is invaluable power in being invisible? As we enter a life centered on praise and fame, there is an ancient wisdom that feels increasingly relevant: Stoicism. Finding serenity and strength in simplicity, Stoicism offers a path to balance and wisdom in an increasingly connected world. Let's explore more about how valuable it is to be invisible in the public spotlight, about the wisdom behind the ancient philosophy, and how you too can find peace in simplicity. I invite you to join this journey to find strength in powerlessness, wisdom in simplicity, and happiness in inner calm. Don't miss the opportunity to explore the ancient wisdom hidden behind modern life. Together, let us discover the true wealth in simplicity and helplessness, and share this wisdom with the world. Let's start this journey together. 1. The benefits of an invisible life. In the glittering world that is constantly spinning, many of us are lulled by the urge to perform in front of the stage, carving out a name in the spotlight. However, hidden behind the spotlight is an invisible world, inhabited by those who choose to live a life of invisibility. Have we missed the wisdom of choosing the less crowded path? Let us reflect on the wise words of one of the greatest Stoics, Seneca. We must learn to live for ourselves, not for the views of others. These words, like a flash of light in the midst of darkness, remind us of the power hidden in living an unseen life. Thinking about the invisible life, we often imagine ourselves hiding in the shadows, unseen by the eyes of the world. However, in invisibility lies undeniable power. When we are invisible, we have the freedom to move without being limited by the expectations and judgments of others. We can be our true selves without fear of the criticizing spotlight that often accompanies fame. In the silence of invisibility, we find space for infinite personal growth. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts. In invisibility, our thoughts are not affected by external pressures to stand out. We can focus on self-development, pursuing true happiness without being shackled by the public eye. However, don't get me wrong. Invisibility is not about hiding yourself from the world, but about choosing to seek less attention. Epictetus once said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." In the invisible life, we demonstrate our values through actions, not words. We live authentically, without the need to vocalize our presence at every turn. When we choose to live in invisibility, we may face challenges and criticism from those who perceive our existence as irrelevant in a world dominated by fame and spotlight. However, Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Our response to disapproval and criticism can be the true test of our courage and wisdom. In conclusion, a life of invisibility is a wise choice that allows us to live authentically and meaningfully. In invisibility, we find inner peace and true happiness, escaping the pressure to always stand out in the eyes of the world. Let us choose to live in invisibility, finding strength in the courage to be our true selves, without the need to be noticed by others. 2. The pleasure of simplicity. In the noise of a modern world filled with demands to look successful and wealthy, we are often caught up in a never-ending vortex of complexity. However, let's not forget the message of the Stoics, who advised us to strive for simplicity as the path to true happiness. When we think of happiness, what comes to mind? Luxury cars, big houses, or other expensive items may seem tempting. However, do they really bring long-lasting happiness? Seneca once said, True happiness is enjoying the present without anxious dependence on the future. His message is powerful, inspiring us to explore the deeper meaning in life. When we choose simplicity, we not only reduce unnecessary material burdens, but also open the door to true inner wealth. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, taught us to seek happiness within ourselves. Very little is needed to live a happy life, he said. And it's true. True wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the depth of the soul and inner peace. Imagine how liberating it is when we are no longer bound by insatiable material desires. Like a fisherman by the lake, who wisely chooses not to chase after fish bigger than the pot in his house. He understood that contentment lies not in the number of catches, but in the serenity found by the lake under the vast sky. Sometimes we get caught up in the endless hunt for possessions and fame, without realizing that true wealth can be found in the simple life. For people like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, happiness is not found in material possessions or praise from others, but in depth of mind and inner peace. Simplicity also brings us closer to ourselves. When we are no longer distorted by the desire to pursue status or luxury, we have the opportunity to find deeper meaning in life. We become more aware of the core values that really matter to us and prioritize real and meaningful relationships. In the stillness of simplicity, we find a long-lost serenity. Epictetus once said, "When we can no longer change the situation, we are faced with the opportunity to change ourselves." Simplicity gives us the strength to accept what is and find peace in that. Simplicity is undoubtedly the key to unlocking the door to true happiness. As we free ourselves from the shackles of endless desires, we discover the riches hidden within ourselves. As Marcus Aurelius said, happiness lives in gratitude, not in what we have, but in what we enjoy. So, let's take the first step towards a simpler and more fulfilling life. Let's ditch the vain desires and focus on what really matters in life. Because in the end, true wealth cannot be measured by possessions or splendor, but by inner peace and contentment in every moment we have. In simplicity, we find strength, peace, and true happiness. Let's explore the simple wonders of life together and discover the priceless wealth within. 3. The power of being invisible. When we begin our journey towards a deeper understanding of life and philosophy, we often find treasures hidden within. One such treasure is the wisdom contained in the power of being invisible. While the modern world continuously emphasizes the importance of the spotlight and popularity, there is power hidden in invisibility, a power that goes beyond what is visible to the eye. As someone inspired by the philosophy of Stoicism, I am convinced that true happiness lies not in recognition from the outside world, but in the inner peace and tranquility we find within ourselves. In our journey towards a deeper understanding of the power of invisibility, let us explore together the wisdom hidden within. In the philosophy of Stoicism, there is much wisdom relevant to the power of sightlessness. One particularly inspiring quote comes from Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of the leading figures of Stoicism. He said, "Do not be seen, but be sure to be, both in thought and action." In these words, Marcus Aurelius invites us not to focus too much on external judgment, but to focus on internal self-development. This shows the importance of invisibility in finding peace and wisdom within ourselves. In addition, Seneca, another Stoicism philosopher, also shared a thought relevant to the power of unseeing. He stated, "To live happily is to live without anxious dependence on the future." In this context, Seneca reminds us that unseeing can help us focus on the present moment and find happiness in simple living. By not getting caught up in worries about the future or desires for external recognition, we can find peace and happiness in a simple and authentic life. Aside from the philosophical standpoint of Stoicism, the power of invisibility also has profound implications in everyday life. When we are invisible, we have the opportunity to focus on what is truly important to us and to develop authentic relationships with others. We don't get caught up in the game of impressions or the competition for attention. Instead, we can build relationships that are based on true loyalty, cooperation, and mutual understanding. In this way, invisibility is not a weakness, but a true strength. It gives us the freedom to live according to our own values, to develop personally without being distracted by the views of others, and to find peace within ourselves. As Marcus Aurelius and Seneca have taught, invisibility is the path to true happiness and deep wisdom. By choosing to be invisible, we choose to live authentically and free ourselves from the pressure to fulfill the expectations of others. This is the true power of invisibility, a power that goes beyond what is visible to the eye and reaches the true depths of our existence. Through this journey, we have explored the power of invisibility, wisdom in simplicity, and inner peace. How have you experienced these three concepts? Do you feel inspired to live a more authentic and meaningful life? Tell us your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so that more people can discover the wisdom in invisibility. See you on the next journey.